You may feel like this is what I hear a lot. Like you get home, and if you're connected well with the person that you got oils with, it's really not an issue, and usually you can get started right away. But if there's so many times like we meet and enroll people, or people get enrolled or start with oils, and then they aren't really that familiar with the person that they got enrolled with because it's through a friend, right? And so what happens is they get home and they have this box of oils and they're like, what now? And it can become overwhelming, and not everyone is super comfortable just reaching out and figuring it all out. So hopefully this video will cover that, any of those questions that might come about. And let me see if I can make this bigger for you guys. And feel free to stop me. Like this is still going to be super laid back. And so if you have any questions, just do a shout out, just say, hey, just, something. Okay. So, or text me. All right. I have my oils now. I'm Crystal Mason Cup. I run thrivewithcrystal.com, which is a holistic lifestyle company that helps people get from point A to point B very simply so that they can live a holistic lifestyle. And I run a doTERRA business, and that was never something I intended to do. And so all of this stuff came rushing upon me when I figured out that oils were something that I wished that someone told me about way before I learned about them. So maybe you feel like that, that peppermint was life-changing. So let's talk about why people make the decision to purchase oils in the first place. Like one of the things that I typically is somebody is dealing with a storm, some type of health issue, and they are at their wit's end, and then they finally are like, okay, I'm going to try it, right? They want to support some type of health issue, like digestive or respiratory or immune support, or maybe they just want to keep their family healthy, emotional needs, or even just weight issues, are being healthy with their body. They want to feel confident and empowered to take care of their own health because they've not really found the solutions they needed, or they're tired of taking medications, or they just really want to have alternate solutions at home so they're not constantly running out in the middle of the night or going to the doctor. They also want to save money and save time, and honestly, time is money. And so if you have oils in your house, it takes seconds to help in a situation as opposed to making a doctor appointment and going. People will come in because they want to reduce toxic load in their bodies or in their home. They want to provide others maybe hope that they found in the natural solutions to give that to others. Sometimes they want to maybe they're DIYers. Some people come in because they want to make their own products. They want to know what's in those products, and they want to even be able to flavor their food naturally. And essential oils that are certified pure are an awesome option for that. Maybe they want to receive endless support and education on how to use essential oils safely and effectively, because we already know that essential oils are everywhere. That's like the buzzword. And if you can get them at a gas station, you know something's wrong, right? But when you get them and you're partnered with a person who really loves what they're doing with essential oils, and someone that's with doTERRA, they dedicate a large portion of their time to figuring all this out. And then you get that resource and probably a VIP group to go along with it. And sometimes people join doTERRA because they simply want to do something. They want to change the world. They want to feel like they have something that they've accomplished or that they're making a difference. And so they start to do a business with it. All right. And then I'm just going to make sure nobody's on the screen. Okay. So what do you do when your oils arrive? First you say, yay! And then you open the box, right? And then your husband is like, I always love this one because in the beginning, yes, Neil was like, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? And yes, I was like, shh. And so women know, right? Women are the ones that take care of their family when it comes to health issues and taking kids to the doctor and putting the Band-Aids on the boo-boos, right? So women are the health caregivers typically in the house. And so usually they're the ones making decisions on this, but the husbands still can cry a bit in the beginning until they learn to love them. All right. So what are you supposed to do with those oils, right? That's the question that comes when you get that box and you can get really overwhelmed with, I don't know what to do with all these. Did I need all these? Do I need all these? What do I do? So you just need, right? I love this little graphic because you just need a few dabs of oil and you're going to be just fine. Like just open them up and breathe them in. If you did that, you'd be good. So what do you do for what? What oils do you use? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how to use them. We're going to talk about how much do you use? How much is safe? Can you use them internally? We're going to talk about all this stuff. You're also going to talk about how do you get more. So once you get your oils, you might be wondering, how do you get more oils and how do you order and what's all this free stuff people are talking about? Can you stick them in your eyes? How about that? Or if you go to the bathroom, can you put them in private spots? Like those, we're going to cover that. And one of my favorite things is like when you have a family of oilers, a friend group of oilers, and like you're at events or church or school or wherever, you always know the oilers because they all smell like pizza. Oregano makes your house smell like pizza, right? And so we're going to talk about that kind of stuff. All right. So simple. We're going to keep it super simple because yes, there's an oil for that. And one of these issues is going to come up eventually, right? So what if you can't focus? You're struggling with, like, maybe you have kids and they can't focus. There's an oil for that. Maybe you have hormone issues or migraines or hormone imbalance or hot flashes or mood swings. Like there's definitely oils for that. Maybe you just want to boost your immune system naturally. How do you get a better immune system? There are oils and whole product lines for that. What if you have respiratory issues like asthma or allergies or seasonal colds and things like that? There's oils for that to open up your airways very naturally. And what if you're stressed out? If you're not stressed out, talk to us. We want to know how, because there's an oil for the stressed out, the anxious feelings. There are lots of oils and we'll go over some of those things, but really just know when in doubt, there's an oil for that. And then the digestive struggles. There are lots of people have digestive issues. I don't think I've ever met anyone that didn't like eat too much at one point and their stomach felt all bloated and yucky. And digestion is like magic, right? And so just really quickly on here, the oil that's paired with the issue, yes, that oil goes with it. And these are typical, like the last four are going to be in all the starter kits. And those are great oils for many, many uses. And so lavender in particular is now considered pharmaceutical grade. Just a second. Someone is asking to get in. So let me just give her the link. Okay. So anyways, the lavender is pharmaceutical grade. Sorry, guys. And I'm going to elaborate on that in a second. So what happens with lavender? A lot of times most of the time, it is adulterated. And that becomes an issue. No, you guys are in there. There you go. Okay. That becomes an issue when people try to take it internally or put it on their skin. And anytime you put a synthetic on your skin, your body reacts differently. doTERRA's lavender has been able to be called pharmaceutical grade because of all the testing that it's gone through, and it's still proven to be pure. And when you put a pure lavender in our body, it does miraculous things like relieving stress. Like it's actually equivalent or better than, because it doesn't have the side effects, to a benzodiazepine, which means a drug that helps with anxiety, right? Those type of drugs. So putting it under your tongue often, or at the roof of your mouth, and it does taste funky, but you guys, it's not killing your body. It's not messing with your liver or your kidneys. And it's doing amazing things for your emotional well-being. And on top of that, you can do it like if you have burns or if you have rashes and things like that. Lavender is great for those. So let's talk about this one. Brace yourself. You just joined doTERRA. The posts about essential oils are coming. Like this is what happens when someone joins doTERRA. They get really excited. They learn about all the oils. They start posting and just talking about all the things they're using the oils for. And it's just a stage of excitement. Let's talk about that safety, because with all the oil use, you are going to learn some lessons. I learned a lot of these by myself, like using Deep Blue and then going to the bathroom and holding the toilet paper too long, or putting peppermint around my eye and it gets in your eyes. Those are things that you learn either by listening to someone else who's gone through it or doing it yourself. So don't put oils in your ears or in your eyes or up your nose. In general, anything that is like a mucous membrane that doesn't normally have stuff on it, we don't want to put it on there. So in our mouth is normal, right? We always are putting things in our mouth. You're going to apply a small amount of essential oil to your skin. And typically people know their skin sensitivity levels. If they have sensitive skin, they've been living life for years, right? So you're going to add a carrier oil to minimize that risk. And sometimes you might just try oil on your skin. Like maybe you tried Breathe on your skin and it felt cooling, but not too cool. But you put peppermint on and you're like, ooh, that's a bit more intense. And so you notice that, and then you can just add the carrier oil on, which we will talk about what a carrier oil is. Okay. And so I'm going to give you an example of Sam, my sensitive skin baby. When I do Symphony SLs on him, we call it itching or tickle. And those are the terms that we use to keep it positive for how your skin might be reacting to that oil, because it's not permanent damage. You just have to add more carrier oil to it, but you want to pay attention to that. And then remember, oil and water don't mix. So if you wash your skin with oil directly after, it's going to drive that essential oil in, and it can cause it to be a lot more intense. So add carrier oil first. All right, let me make sure I see some chatting here. Do I have it on low? I don't know. No, I don't. Can you hear me now? Keep telling me, like if you can't hear me, just let me know and I will come back at it. All right, so, and I'll talk louder, who knows? If you get oils in your eye, like I mentioned the peppermint, Jackson puts peppermint around his eye for allergies all the time. He takes coconut oil and then he just puts it around his eye and it feels a lot better. It takes it, right away. So when in doubt, add carrier oil, not water. So be sure to read your labels before ingesting. So on the bottles, most of them that are meant for internal use, they have the supplement fact on it. So you know that it's internal use. All of the oils are generally recognized as safe GRAS on the FDA scale, but I typically go by if there's no nutrition fact on it, we just steer away from taking it internally because we just don't know. There probably isn't enough testing yet, and so we just want to be safe with that, just in case, right? And then it'll say on the bottle topical or aromatic. And if it doesn't have the nutrition fact on it, those are the two that it's going to say on there. All of doTERRA's oils are safe to put to breathe in, and all of the oils are safe to put on your skin. It just depends on how much dilution you need. Like oregano is going to need a lot, and abode is not necessarily made for topical use. It's made for cleaning. So it's definitely going to have more harsh oils in it, more potent oils in it. And so if you ever did want it on your skin for some reason, highly dilute it. All right. Citrus oils can cause photosensitivity. That's another pay attention moment. You don't want to be like rubbing cheer all over your body or wild orange and then going to lay out in the sun, because you could definitely have some sensitivity with that. And making sure if you're going to go in the sun, put it in areas that is not going to be exposed to the sun, or wait until after you come back in and apply that lavender, tea tree, and frankincense to calm your skin. It is also important to remember that certified pure therapeutic or tested grade essential oils are highly concentrated. One drop is plenty. There's always two camps, right? More is better and less is more. Find the balance. And we do not claim that they're going to cure, right? But we do know that when you have pure oils, they can be extremely beneficial in helping support our bodies to do exactly what they are designed to do, which is to heal themselves, right? All right, so to improve absorption, you guys are gonna laugh at me in a second when I drink water. Okay, hold on. To improve absorption, slow evaporation, that aromatic compound dissipating away, and preventing skin sensitivity, that's when we apply carrier oil. All right. Also, clearly, you don't want to like give your oils, a bottle of open oil to a baby, right? If they tried to drink digestin, they wouldn't drink it for very long or past tense. It would be terrible and they'd hate it and they would tell you right away. Now here's my water. Sorry guys. That actually is not my water. I just filled it up to fill up diffusers, but it's just fresh water and I didn't bring my water cup. I have no idea where I put it. So you got to watch me drink out of a jug. All right, to dilute or not dilute, okay? Some of this information I just got from a book, Barbara Wilk, sorry. And we already talked about a lot of this, but I wanted to go over carrier oils. So carrier oil is typically a vegetable oil, but it's taken from the fatty portion of the plant. Essential oils are the aromatic compounds, so they're completely different. And some examples of a carrier oil we use all the time: fractionated coconut oil or the hard coconut oil, jojoba oil, grapeseed oil, olive oil. Making sure, like, olive oil is really thick. It doesn't really allow the skin to the oil to absorb into the skin very well. And almost all the olive oils that you get on the store on the shelf, if you haven't researched it, they're not even olive oil. Avocado oil is great. Almond oil, hemp seed oil. Do not get mineral oil. That is not an oil. Hemp seed oil, avocado oil, grapeseed oil, jojoba, doTERRA now has sunflower oil too, the body oil, and the sensitive skin oil. So you get extra, what do you call it? Options now. I always know if I'm talking too much, guys. I start to get itchy throat, scratchy throat. So let's talk about diluting, how much. I know Amy is probably much more precise with this than I would be. And so these are from doTERRA's site, the science site. Ideal amounts internally for an adult per oil is like 2 to 4 drops a day. Internally, like, think of a capsule, okay? Orally is if you like put it under your tongue, okay? 1 to 3 drops. Dermally, on top of the skin, a little bit more on top of the skin per oil. And then that's for one essential oil. And then the max would be, 24 drops, 18 drops, or 36 drops on the skin. When you're using roller bottles, you're getting a fraction of that. The chances of you getting too much is not likely. So this is very conservative, way down on the scale. And I have been using oils for 6 years, going on 6 years, 6.5 years. Never had an issue. We don't really limit it because we know we're not going to get nearly like the max dose. I just think with kids and with pets, like, if we need, as a healthy adult, 1 drop, then a child or an elderly, someone whose like body systems are just working a little bit slower, or a pet, they're going to need a lot less. So you just need a fraction of that drop. So if that makes sense. If you need more elaboration, just let me know. Yeah, absolutely. Amy made a really good point, is you're not really paying attention to this on a daily basis unless like you're dealing with something specific. Like, a bug is in your house and you're doing the flu bomb like 3 times a day, right? You're going to pay much more attention to how many drops you're taking. And I think all of the studies show a little bit, many times, is far surpasses the efficacy of any oil than if you were to take a whole bunch at once. So like 1 to 2 drops for 3 or 4 times a day versus 6 or 8 drops at once. Like, you always want to spread it out. All right. Pre-diluted. Okay, so the Touch kit was one of my favorite kits. It was a nice way for us to like just refill anything that we were running out of. And I've always loved the consistency and the roller bottles from doTERRA. Like, they're far superior than the ones we buy on Amazon. The consistency of their essential or their carrier oil, the coconut oil, and how much essential oils they put in there has always been I've been very pleased with them. I feel like it's never the same if I make it myself, but pre-diluted, these are really simple. They're great if you're dealing with elderly or kids, and they're already diluted for the whole family. And they have the most popular essential oils in there, which is just Breathe for respiratory, Deep Blue for anything aches and pains, Digest Zen. They're probably going to switch this up with now like the Copaiba Touch and different oils that we now have, but lavender, all things skin, stress and sleep, tea tree, anything stinky smells, disinfecting. It's great for like ear issues or throat issues. On Guard, all things immune boosting. Oregano, there's that pizza smelling oil. It's spicy, so even diluted, it's going to be spicy. So watch that one. Definitely don't put it on the eyes or anything. And then peppermint, it's like magic in a bottle for cooling you. I like to put it on the bottom of the feet for the kids for like temperatures, if their temperatures are high, and cool day, like really hot days, it cools you down. So rub it on the forearms and it just helps to cool down when that breeze hits you. All right. Let's talk about roller bottles and different things. And I don't think I even put in here diffusers. And so I actually had this conversation yesterday with someone who came to our house, and we have a 5,000 square foot house with really high ceilings, and I had one Lumo diffuser going in the kitchen because that's all I had time for. And I put in that oatmeal cookie recipe that I put up. It's like vanilla, cassia, and wild orange. And my husband was like, yes, whatever that is, I need to eat it. And I was like, it's not food. It was so funny. And the friend that was here, she was like, I use diffusers all the time, but it never smells in our house. Like, she's constantly battling that. And she got them from Walmart or Amazon. And she's like, it's just hit or miss. And she's right. The quality of doTERRA's diffusers they're just another level. And you get a 1-year warranty, like guaranteed. They back it up. Like, you don't even have to have an excuse, but like, it doesn't work anymore at like 11 months, and they're going to send you a new one, and you just send yours back. It's a great warranty. But okay, so that's diffusers. Now, what about roller bottles? Amazon has roller bottles, Etsy, Aroma Tools, Got Oil Supplies, bulkapothecary.com. All of these, you can find the roller bottles for about 59, 60 cents each, sometimes a little bit less if you go to like Bulk Apothecary and get a bunch. You probably don't need that many if it's just you. And so Amazon's a great place. And my favorite place is doTERRA. After this slide, doTERRA started selling them. And when they're in stock, you get 6 for like $5. And they're such good quality. Always get them from there. And then that very little oil, guys. I'm telling you, get the 10 milliliter bottles. The amount of oil that you use in there, up to like 50 drops, is not even a quarter of the bottle. And then you top it up with the carrier oil. Stickers and labels. doTERRA has the little dots. Add them to your order. They have, you can go to Amazon and get some labels, or you can go to Staples and get a label gun, whatever you like. At one point we were using, what were they called? Address labels. And I would just print off the ones I needed and then put it on and put tape around it. Simple as that. Does not have to be difficult. Okay. Also, another great site, if I can, Fun Oil Stuff. So write that down. Fun Oil Stuff. She has really cute labels, and they have the recipe on it. So they're really good ones. If you don't have roller bottles, you could always use a jar and mix them up, or just put a little bit in the palm of your hand, and that's just every time you need it, you just do it, right? Roller bottles are just for ease. You don't have to have it. You can use the oil neat. That means, if you hear neat, it means directly out of the bottle. You just want to pay attention to your own skin sensitivity, and oils like herbs, typically like cinnamon and clove and oregano and black pepper, cassia, those are spicy. And so I always dilute those. There's lots of things to use for references. There's a new book out with all the new oils. So, oh, there you go. Fun Oil Stuff. Thank you. There's always a new book. Typically every single year there'll be a new book, and it's with the new oils and the new products that doTERRA puts out. Central Life is really pretty, great pictures. Modern Essentials is a little bit more scientific. I love it. It has a lot of studies in it. Both have recipes in it. Both have, I like both. So I use it for a little bit of different things. Google, I do Google some things for like recipes. I always put like doTERRA with it, but I'm not a fan of it because there's just too much trash out there. So I like to use my books, and then the doTERRA blog, there's aromascience.com, there's doTERRA Science blog, doTERRA University. They have more education available for you than you probably have even thought of, and it's all free. My favorite thing is if you have a phone, and I think it's now available for Android, but if you have an iPhone, I know for a fact it's there. And there's essential oils for Essential Emotions is the emotions one, which I do like that one too. And then Essential Life, and both of those are apps. And then the book is nice because you can't find new things if you like browsing an app, right? You find new things by looking through your book. But if you need a quick answer, the app you'll get an answer really quickly with it. So it's nice. Oops, let me go back for just a second. Your upline, your sponsor, always ask. It's really nice to have that. Sacred Living Essential Oils, that's actually, if you know Joanna Seiko, she has that group. The Oilers Cafe is Romy's group, that's your upline, Romy. And then we have Rising Tides, which is Natalie. You guys, if you need access to more groups, we have plenty of groups. I don't throw everybody in all the groups because it can become overwhelming to have that many groups, but know that they are there if you need them, okay? Mine is Crystal Clear Oilers, and I'm not sure. You guys, if you have a group, you feel free to put it in there in case somebody's not in it. Pinterest is fun. I do have one friend that does most of her business on Pinterest. And YouTube doTERRA site is awesome too. All right, so we already went over dilution. I really feel like you don't need to know a ton more. For babies and infants, 1 to 2 drops, and then fill the rest up with coconut oil is plenty. Small children, like up to 2, 5 drops. When anybody over that, like 6, 7, 8, I always just use whatever roller I had. And it's typically up to 50 drops, just depending, or 10 drops of each oil. And I usually do like 3 oils in it. So if you're not achieving the desired effect that you're looking for, add more oils. Like start small and add more, because you can always add more, but you can't take it away. Put the oils first in the bottle, then add the coconut oil, and then put the topper on, and then put the lid on and get the label on, because you don't want to be like me and have 100 unlabeled bottles laying around and think that you can smell it and figure out what it is. You won't be able to. Keep the bottles out of the sun. Don't leave them in the car on hot days. They do dissipate. They're just aromatic compounds. Like even my roller bottles, if you lay them sideways, inevitably they're going to leak. And so don't lay them sideways. Put them up like in a box like this, and you can just put them here, and then you put it in your bag like this so they're sitting straight up. Those are just simple things. If you're making a veggie capsule, put a drop of coconut oil in it and it'll last longer. It won't melt so quickly. Or freeze them, and you can do a whole week at a time. And so if you're putting the oils in the veggie capsules, that's just another easy thing, okay? All right, so let's talk about using your account. We do have videos on how to order again if you need it. It's all about knowing your ID and your password and going to doterra.com and making sure you log in with your own account. Occasionally we had people make a wholesale account again, or a retail account on accident, and order that way. We don't want that, because we want to get our rewards, right? And so ID and password, go to doterra.com. PV is just doTERRA lingo, and it's really not just doTERRA. Just think product value. And then LRP is Loyalty Rewards Program. That's just your frequent flyers program. There's a couple things you're going to note. So you log in, and then you want to go to, if you have a loyalty reward set up, you're always going to edit it and then go in and shop. Or If you need to create a new one, it'll ask you, like, do you want to make a new LRP order and save money, or do you just want to do a one-time order? Every person I know does the loyalty rewards order because you get all the perks in the account. You can do LRP kits, you can do wellness kits, you can do discounted bundles, all with your loyalty rewards program. And then on top of that, you earn points. So depending on what month you're in, you start out at 10%, you already get 25% back, and then it's 10% on more for the first 3 months, and then it bumps up. So the next 3 months is 15% more, then 20% more, then 25, and then 30. You can check out where you're at by going to your account profile. So go log in, go to your account profile, and it'll tell you what percentage you're at. It's always nice to know that, right? And fun tip, in case you're new, most people are already ordering 125 PV by replacing like shampoo and now dish soap and laundry soap, all these fun things that we're already going to buy anyway. People are replacing them, and they're typically spending about 125 a month, and doTERRA rewards that. So if you're doing it around the 20th of the month, you're missing out on a free product every single month. And so just check that, because if you're ordering 125 PV and you order by the 15th, so anytime between the 1st and the 15th, you're going to get a free product of the month. And this month it's Cypress, great for blood flow. And your points are then added the 15th of the following month, and they just keep accruing. So you have a year to use them, so definitely use them. I like to save them up. Like once I get 100 or 200, there's a $3 redemption fee, and so you want to like get a whole bunch at once. And then I like to get my expensive oils with it instead of spending cash, right? So if you can save up to $275, you get Rose for free. Additional 5% every 3 months, I mentioned that. And if you have 100 LRP, you qualify for commission. So if you are sharing oils with people, make sure you have your 100 LRP. But if you are not sharing with people and you're doing your 100 LRP, you might want to, because you can get your oils paid for. This, you guys can screenshot it if you want to, if you're on your phone. This is just a couple, like just recipes that are very common. Immunity, that's like the flume roller, like allergy roller, stomach pain or whatever. I love that cardamom is such a good oil to add to that. Headaches, energy blend, clarity. I would be using that mental clarity roller also for nasal drippage. Respiratory blend, nasal support, sleep or stress, like that. Serenity and balance and wild orange and cedarwood that is awesome. Melt away stress, actually call that, I think we changed the name to liquid calm or calma mama, whatever. We can change the names to whatever you want. Owie roller, we use that for all things skin, scratches, boo-boos, and then the happy bum, you could just use the owie roller for that, or make your own separate one so you're not putting the bum one on your face, whatever. I'm going to way too much information. I think you get the point. Where do you apply oils? Okay, we're getting towards the end, guys. There is a such thing as reflexology. If you get the, I think it's in both books, but definitely the Modern Essentials book has the reflexology in there. And why, like Symphony of Cells and Aroma Touch, it's so powerful because we're using a lot of these points. And so if you're sleeping, you're having sleeping issues, and putting the oils, the like Serenity on your big toe, why do we do that? Brain, pineal gland, pituitary gland, parathyroid, and thyroid, it's just very calming, okay? And so it's just going to calm people and then help them to fall asleep better. So look at the belly. Like if you want to have belly support, if your stomach is hurting, find it on your foot and then put it near there, right towards the back, towards the heels, kind of in the middle of the foot. If you have a kid who wets the bed, inside of the feet, okay? So many good things. I want to show you this because I learned this about midway through my doTERRA journey. See where it says Right foot, left foot at the bottom, outer ankles, ovaries and testes, inner ankles, uterus, and prostate. If you have bad cramps or if you have cysts on your ovaries, put Claricalm down there every day, not just when you're having a period, but every day. It's magic. Like the cramps are non-existent when you do that. It's so helpful. And if it's really bad and you need more support, phytoestrogen. All right, bottom of the feet reflexology. You definitely want to get one of these charts. They're really fun. Cleaning recipes, no more. You guys, now we have the cleaning supplies. And so I was not a DIYer. I do DIYs if they're 5 minutes. I will totally do the creamy scrub with the baking soda and I use the On Guard cleaner and then some more On Guard or lemon in there, and it smells good and it cleans stuff. It's like soft scrub, right? But for the most part, I'm gonna be using that abode stuff. All right, lots of good things. Browse the website, guys. Take your time. doTERRA constantly is adding products. Like every year there's a new product launch, but there's so many fun things on there. And if you haven't tried it all and you have questions, search one of the VIP groups. I guarantee there's information in there on it. And if there's not, we're going to make sure that you get it. Okay. Because when you're getting all your supplements from doTERRA, you're getting all your oils for free. Inevitably, that's how it works. My mom came for a week and she had a bladder infection. She could just feel it. And guess what she did? GX Assist for 5 days, 2 a day with lots of lemon, like high dose lemon. And she did not have to go to the doctor. This is just some of doTERRA's oils. They're just products that they have. They have the new shampoo and conditioner, just getting toxins out of your home. So start with the little changes if you want success, like just simply add lemon to your water or tangerine. Pick one diffuser blend and put it in your diffuser at night, or just sprinkle some lavender on your bed and just call it a day. Just make it really simple in the beginning. Just open the bottles. If the oils are not where you can see them, out of sight, out of mind, they will not work. If you don't have them with you on the go, guess what? You're probably not going to use them. It's so important. So after a few weeks of using your oils, remember your husband was crying about the price tag? He's going to be like this. Hey girl, let's try out some of those essential oils. You might give him a massage or use the body mist, best, not kidding, lube you will ever find. Is so good. And then he'll say, buy all the oils. And then that's how he's going to feel when you run out of oils. Like he doesn't want you to run out of oils. I'm just messing with you. But really, I'm not kidding. It works. All right, guys. If you have your own, let's see, Michelle, Serenity, Lavender, and Breathe at Night. That would be a great combination. Anything, I have a lot of friends that add Breathe to whatever their sleep combo is, and it just opens your airways. Feels good. Feel free to chat. If you don't talk, I'm out of here. I have a kid crying in there because he has math homework and he wants me to sit by him.
Okay, I asked a question, Crystal.
Yeah, let me see.
Can you talk about the new carry-alls right quick, how to use them, or what's your thought about them?
Absolutely. I'll tag you in a video I did today too. But so there's 2 new ones and they have not said if they're permanent yet. And so right now we can just get them in the kits, but they will be available for a limited time, possibly forever. One is Body, and it looks exactly like the coconut oil. Like the bottle looks exactly like the coconut oil, but it says Body. And the other says Sensitive Skin. And the Sensitive Skin comes with a glass jar. It's a little bit smaller and it has a dropper. The Sensitive Skin, it's thicker. It does have, I don't have it in front of me to know the exact oils in it, but I know it's thicker. It has, what in the world was I going to say? Sorry. It has the oils in it that would be really good for like super sensitive skin. So if you are going to put it on your face or if you know you have an area that is really sensitive and needs high dilution, you would use 2 or 3 drops of that with 1 drop of essential oil and then put it on. And so if you want to dilute blue tansy, for instance, and put it on your face, then that would be a great carrier oil for that. The body is more for moisturizing and hydrating, and so we're going to use it for full body. And so whether you want it for like a lotion, just like a after shower jet, like kind of oil instead of a lotion, you would add whatever oils you want. It's going to be really good for symphonia cells, aroma touch technique on the hands and the feet. And because of the oils in it, it's just going to glide on, it's going to hydrate better, and it's going to stay on a little better, but it's less greasy than coconut oil. Hopefully that made sense. The coconut oil is great for universal use in roller bottles, but the others are meant for sensitive and full body massage type stuff. All right. I will tag you in that video. If you guys have any other questions, bring them next Monday or ask in the VIP groups, and then we'll keep educating on. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.